Oh, hi. Were you just admiring my mohawk? Welcome to Mr. Mickey's classroom today. I will be talking about what we have done yesterday and what we're going to be doing today. And then I'm even going to show some things that we're going to add after this video today. Okay? Hope you're all doing well. Happy Tuesday. I know it's tough, but stay in there. Stay strong. You got this. Okay? So let's take a look on the screen here. Yesterday was day 3. Okay, and notice we had the Mohawk time, we had the video. Notice these videos now. You can find them in the announcement section, or if you go to your Google Classroom, okay, you're gonna find them right there. And notice everything goes in order. Okay, it goes the March 18th, 19th, 20th, 23rd. Okay, everything's gonna follow a particular sequence. So if you need to go there, please do that. Otherwise, if that didn't make sense for you, you can go to classwork. Can I have it grouped in virtual learning? So if you need to find things like easier that way, you can do that. So a couple different options for you to find these videos. Either way though, please keep using these links, okay, because they're going to help you every day with what you got. So yesterday we had writing, reading, and our reading skill. So day 3 for your journal entry was to use sensory writing to give us a feel for how you're doing. Okay, and that means what are some things that you are seeing, hearing, feeling, and if possible, tasting and smelling. This is kind of ironic because yesterday I was reading my book that I'm reading on my own, and I came across a paragraph, and this was the paragraph. And I want you to read the paragraph because in one little paragraph, we got such a feel for the setting and how the character was in that setting because they use sensory writing. Okay? So take a look here. It says, I can see a flight of steps leading underneath the building, and the group makes its way down single file into a large bare room. It's dank down here and even colder than it is outside, and it smells ancient and subterranean. Smells like wet limestone and moss. What figurative language did we use here? Simile. The noise of our footsteps, the noise, what we hear, of our footsteps echoes in the empty space. So we know there's not a lot of people there. Vaguely, I can make out engravings on the walls around me. Again, what you can see. Crests or insignias, images, and writing lost to the gloom. The group has formed a silent circle around me. Their shadows dance and stretch across the walls. So what he sees. And also, what figurative language did he use in the last sentence here? Their shadows dance and stretch across the walls. Personification. You got it. So that was just an example of something I read, and I'm like, oh my God, this is exactly what I wanted my kids to kind of take those ideas and use that for their own writing. Okay, so what do great writers do? They use sensory writing when it applies. And I think this is a great time when you're describing your life right now, where you can tell us what are some things you're seeing and hearing and feeling. Okay, so that was writing yesterday. Yesterday for reading, okay, you read chapters 21 and 22. And then with the reading skill, you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out of those 6 questions, you had to only pick 3. Okay, we wanted you to do those during your readings. Take little reading timeouts. Okay, so, gosh, this ending of this chapter was just crazy. Let me just read it real quick just so we can get back to where we were. It says, Maxwell never breaks a dish, Graham is saying. He's a very sure-handed for someone so large. We're almost done putting stuff away and wiping the counter when Grim shouts from the other room. All he says is, Kevin! But we can tell right away that something is wrong. We run in and Freak is leaning back in his chair making this wheezing sound, panting real fast, and his eyelids are flickering. He's having a seizure, Grim says. Call an ambulance. The fair Gwen is already on the phone. I run out in the street and start waving my arms and jumping up and down so they'll know where to stop. And I keep running back in the house to check on things. But the fair Gwen says there's nothing we can do except wait. Wow. That was just a crazy way to end the chapter. Okay, it probably makes you want to just keep reading. And honestly, if you want to keep reading, I can't fight that. Go ahead, find out what happens. Okay. So that's where we left off. I hope the situation gets better, but we're going to find out what happens to Freak and Max and the family. So that leads for today, day 4. Okay, so announcements. I'm usually going to do this announcement up here. I'm going to try to get an estimated time for when your videos will be ready. I will explain your work like I usually do. But then also for today, it says, I want you to fill out a Google form to check in and let me know how you're doing. So please just copy and paste this into your browser. Okay, and please take that. I think there's only 8 questions. It should take you probably 30 seconds. Okay, I just need to get a feel for how you're doing. Okay, so for today, let's start backwards here. The reading and reading skill, you're going to read just chapter 23. We're going to find out what happens to our little man Freak. And then you're going to do a character analysis. So you remember using the FAST strategy, how you describe a character, not just randomly talking about different things about them, but you tell me how they feel, act, say, and what they think. And then, like we always do, I want you to use textual evidence, please. Okay? A huge, huge thing to defend your thinking. Sound good? All right, for writing then. This is kind of a cool, crazy assignment. It says we need to write a short story. Literally, short story. When I say short story, I want a paragraph. It doesn't have to be anything more than that. Remember, with our journal entries, it's quality over quantity. Okay? About this picture. Have either your beginning scene or your final scene consist of this picture right here. Okay? Now, as a writer, you get to pick. Do you want to be this person as a character? Right? You could talk first person as if you are that character. You could talk first person as if you're this character. You could talk third person, be your narrator talking about both of these people or characters. But when I saw this picture, I felt like it was something that you could infer. You could take a guess why they look like they do. So come along, just make up a story about why it is they're in this position. Why are they sitting down in this moment looking at a faraway distance? Are they sad? Are they happy? Are they overwhelmed? Are they stressed? Are good things happening? Bad things? What's going on in this picture? So create a short story using this picture, okay? And have fun with it. This is meant for a nice creative writing entry, okay? So please make sure that you are taking my little check-in form there. Please make sure that you're keeping up with your looking at your Google Classrooms each day. Please make sure that you are looking each day for Mr. Mickey's Lessons 2020, okay? And you're looking at that every day, okay? All right, I'm going to have more videos coming up today about maybe some things that will be coming up in the near future. If you want to get a little crack at that, you can. Otherwise, in the form, my last question is write to me anything that you feel like you need me to write me about. Okay, so I look forward to reading those responses and having you check in and seeing how everything's going. Okay. And remember, if we're checking in, we're taking attendance every day, the grades are looking good for me and all the other classes, then we get the dancing, Mr. Micke this week. Okay. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.